Throughout human history, people have generally congregated near rivers and swamps because they are places with fresh water, which we need to survive. As a result of this, lots of human culture has been born and died on the coasts of these bodies of water, and we have also captured some incredibly odd things within the depths of them. From a swamp entirely filled with dolls to a secret unknown swamp society. You wouldn't believe some of the things that have been found or formed around these hubs of human activity. Make sure to stick around until the end. You wouldn't want to miss out on the Windover Cemetery.
But then we got out and we started walking up and down and looking at the piles of peat. And within just a few minutes, we started seeing clusters of human skeletal material.
Here are 15 of the most terrifying things found in rivers and swamps.
We're going to show you the difference between the common snapping turtle and the alligator snapping turtle.
Number 15. Alligator snapping turtles. Alligator snapping turtles are large freshwater turtles native to the southeastern United States. They can grow up to 80 centimeters, 2.6 feet in length, and weigh up to 45 kilograms, 99 pounds. Alligator snapping turtles are the largest freshwater species in North America and are noted for their powerful bite and the small worm-shaped lure on their tongue, which they use to attract prey. They are carnivorous and eat primarily fish, but also frogs, snakes, and other aquatic prey. Alligator snapping turtles are endangered and threatened by habitat loss and overcollection for food and the pet trade. These turtles are capable of living for a long time, with some individuals reaching over 100 years of age.
This alligator snapping turtle is estimated to be about 150 years old and around 300 pounds.
They are solitary animals and are mostly active at night. During the day, they hide in mud and debris at the bottom of the rivers and lakes. Alligator snapping turtles are also known for their aggressive behavior and will defend themselves if threatened. They are well known to be incredibly dangerous to humans and have taken off their fair share of fingers and toes from people who got too close.
Massive. He looks to be at least 18 foot, putting his weight close to a ton. That's near double the combined weight of the 5 blokes trying to pull him out. If the guys...
Number 14. 19-foot alligator. Recently, a 19-foot alligator has been spotted in Lake Eufaula in Alabama. The alligator, which has been nicknamed Humpback, has become a bit of a local celebrity and has been spotted by multiple people in the area. The locals have made sure to keep their distance and do not disturb the giant creature, as it's illegal to feed wild alligators in Alabama. The state's Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, ADCNR, has urged people to leave the alligator alone and is simply trying to find a safe place to live. The ADCNR has also said that the alligator is not currently a threat to humans and that it's part of the natural ecosystem. They are monitoring the situation to make sure that the alligator remains safe and that no one disturbs it. If it does eventually end up somewhere with lots of people, it could spell quite a bit of trouble. Considering the fact that gators don't usually get this large, the amount of bite force that it would have would be way too much for a human being to fight against. Number 13. Prattville Swamp Dolls. In Prattville, a series of dolls have recently been discovered in an abandoned house, which was located deep within the Black Creek Swamp. The dolls appear to be handmade and are wearing traditional 19th century clothing. The dolls are believed to have been made by the previous owner of the house, an elderly woman who lived there until her death in the early 1900s. It is unclear why the dolls were left behind, but they may have been too old or fragile to keep. The dolls are now on display in the local museum, where the visitors can learn more about the history of Prattville and the woman who made the dolls. They look quite creepy, and anybody that already has a distaste for dolls certainly won't be happy to see any of these. Some were also found outside of the house, strung up in trees and laid all across the ground, so whoever stumbled upon the place for the first time must have had quite the fright.
Well, this scorpion you see in the video, he's my Hottentotta Tamalius, the Indian red scorpion.
Number 12. The Indian red scorpion. The Indian red scorpion is a species of scorpion found in India. It is one of the most venomous scorpions in India and can be found in the western and central regions of the country. It is a reddish-brown in color and has a maximum size of around 8 centimeters. Its venom is potent and contains neurotoxins, which can cause serious symptoms including paralysis and respiratory failure. Treatment is available, but it is best to avoid contact with these scorpions. A majority of these scorpions are found in swamp-like regions, dry and wet deciduous forests and grasslands. They are nocturnal in behavior and feed on smaller insects and other arthropods. They also have a highly aggressive nature and will attack if provoked. Despite this, they have actually become quite common in the pet trade, with many enjoying the idea of keeping one of the world's most venomous scorpions. Number 11. World War II Bomber. Recently, a World War II bomber has been found buried within the depths of a swamp. It is believed to have been flown by a young pilot in the winter of 1944. The discovery of this bomber is a significant find, allowing historians to piece together a more complete picture of the war in that area. The plane was likely flown by a young pilot during the winter of 1944, providing insight into the conditions and tactics used by the air forces at the time. The plane's condition could also provide information about the materials used to construct the aircraft and the technology available in that area. The bomber could also contain artifacts from the pilot and provide clues about the pilot's identity. The plane could even contain the remains of any crew members who were lost in the crash. Overall, the discovery of this World War II bomber is a fascinating find that could provide a wealth of information about the war effort in that region. It is likely to be studied in great detail to determine as much as possible about the plane, the pilot, and the circumstances surrounding its crash.
This is the largest snake we've ever captured, probably the largest snake in Florida, 215 pounds.
Number 10. Burmese Python. The Burmese python is a large non-venomous constrictor found in the tropical and subtropical regions of Southeast Asia. It is one of the 5 largest species of snakes in the world, with adults growing to lengths of up to 6 meters 20 feet.
18 feet right here.
So long that it actually spanned the entirety of our shot.
The Burmese python is an apex predator and is capable of eating a wide variety of animals, including mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. It is a popular pet due to its attractive appearance and docile temperament. However, it's an invasive species in many areas, including Florida, where it's listed as a species of greatest conservation need. It is a semi-aquatic species and prefers wet habitats such as wetlands, marshes, and swamps. In the wild, the Burmese python is an ambush predator, lying in wait for its prey and then striking rapidly to constrict and suffocate it. It is also a good climber and swimmer and is known to be able to stay underwater for up to 30 minutes at a time. The Burmese python is a solitary species and typically only interacts with others of its kind during mating season. Breeding typically takes place in spring and summer, with clutches of up to 100 eggs being laid. The hatchlings are about 20 to 25 centimeters, 8 to 10 inches long at birth, and grow quickly over the first few years of life. Number 9. Europe's earliest battlefield. Tallins Valley is an archaeological site in northeastern Germany in the state of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. It is located on the Tallis River, near the village of Gross Pankow. The site is known for the discovery of human bones and other artifacts which have been dated to between 1200 and 800 BC. The Tallins Valley is the only known site in Europe that provides archaeological evidence for a Bronze Age battle. The site was discovered in the 1990s and excavations have been ongoing since then. The artifacts found at the site suggest that it was the site of a large-scale battle with signs of violent death and injury. Over 1,400 human bones and over 550 artifacts, including weapons and jewelry, have been found at the site. Studies of the remains have also revealed evidence of dismembered or decapitated bodies. The exact cause of the battle is unknown, though it's believed to be related to social and political tensions among Bronze Age cultures. The discovery of the site has provided new insight into the warfare in the Bronze Age and suggests that warfare was a common occurrence during this period. It has also shed light on the practices of Bronze Age societies, such as the use of weapons and the treatment of the dead. Number 8. Copperhead Viper. The Copperhead Viper is a species of venomous snake found in North America. It is a member of the Crotolinae subfamily of pit vipers and is often referred to as a pit viper or pit adder due to its heat-sensing facial pits. The Copperhead Viper is medium-sized, usually growing to an average length of 2 to 3 feet, 61 to 91 centimeters, and a maximum length of 4 feet, 122 centimeters. They have a patterned body with a background of pale tan, pink, or gray and reddish-brown, hourglass-shaped crossbands. They are found in a variety of habitats including woodlands, fields, and rocky areas, preferring areas with cover such as tall grass, leaves, and logs. The Copperhead Viper feeds on small animals, birds, amphibians, and other snakes. Its venom is considered medically significant, but rarely fatal. The viper is found in the eastern and central United States, ranging from New York and Florida to Texas and Nebraska. It is one of the most common venomous snakes in its range and is often encountered by humans, leading to frequent bites. Most bites by copperhead vipers occur when people try to handle or move the snake and can be avoided by leaving it alone. If you do encounter a copperhead viper, the best thing to do is to back away slowly and leave it alone.
This lump of butter was discovered by farmer Jack Conway. It was buried 16 feet underneath the earth. Like I said, it was in a bog.
Number 7. Mystery Slime. Throughout the years, there have been several incidences of a mystery slime being found in swamps and marshlands. Amazingly enough, this is actually a traditional way of making butter. Bog butter is made by burying a container of cream or milk in a cool, damp place such as a peat bog. This is done to preserve it for long periods of time. The cream or milk ferments over time and develops a layer of fat on the top, which is then scooped off and kneaded into a butter substance. This butter can last for years in the right conditions. Some bog butter has been found to be hundreds of years old. Some have even tasted the bog butter and claim it has a sour taste and a slight tanginess. It is believed to be safe to eat, although it may not be as nutritious as regular butter. Bog butter has been found in various locations around the world, from Ireland to Russia. Some believe that it's used as a form of currency or to mark territorial lines. Others think it was a way for ancient cultures to preserve butter for later use. Whatever the case, this ancient butter-making method is still around today. It is a fascinating way of preserving food for long periods of time and is a reminder of how resourceful and creative people can be.
Oh, check this out. Yep, that is definitely a brown widow.
Number 6. Brown widows. The brown widow is a series of spider that is brown and black in color. It typically has an hourglass-shaped marking on its abdomen. It is related to the black widow spider, but is not as dangerous. The brown widow is native to the southern United States and parts of Central America, and is considered to be an invasive species in some parts of the world. It is often found in dark, sheltered areas such as garages, sheds, and closets. This species of spider prefers to feed on small insects, such as flies, crickets, and moths. This spider is venomous, but the venom is generally not as toxic as that of the black widow. However, it is still possible to experience a reaction to a bite from a brown widow. Symptoms can include pain, swelling, and redness around the area of the bite, as well as muscle cramps, nausea, vomiting, and headaches. If a bite from a brown widow is suspected, it's important to seek medical attention as soon as possible. The bite of a brown widow looks particularly grisly, but it is usually not fatal. The spider's venom only really affects humans if they are allergic to it, and even then, it is not usually life-threatening. Before we go on, like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. It's time for today's subscriber pick. This odd photograph was in the central United States and seems to display some sort of human with a fishtail propping themselves up on something else. This image was fairly well suppressed by most media outlets and therefore hasn't made the rounds quite yet. That makes sense considering the image seems to display actual evidence of a mermaid existing within the continental United States. Whether or not mermaids exist is something that is up to personal opinion, and there have been many videos or documentaries made about their existence or their falsehood. Regardless, this image seems to show that at least one does exist, and that it ended up quite far up a river. How do you think this mermaid got there? Do you believe that it's an actual mermaid or perhaps some other form of creature? Remember to comment down below with the hashtag subscriberpick and let us know what you think. Now, on to the next topic.
But in the Everglades, the elusive and mysterious skunk ape is the big attraction.
Number 5. Florida's mysterious predator. Throughout the years, there have been reports of a mysterious predator making its way throughout Florida, most primarily the Everglades. Many call this predator the skunk ape, a large, foul-smelling ape-like creature that is said to lurk in the swamps, woods, and rural areas of the state. The skunk ape is described as a large ape-like creature with a strong musky odor often compared to the smell of a skunk. It is said to have a human-like body with dark brown or black fur, long arms, and red eyes. Its feet are said to resemble those of a human, and its hands are said to have 4 digits with opposable thumbs. It is believed to be a nocturnal creature and is said to have the ability to make loud, terrifying noises. Despite the numerous sightings of the skunk ape throughout the years, it is still considered to be myth and its existence has never been confirmed. Some speculate that it's actually a species of large ape that has gone undiscovered due to its elusive nature, while others believe it to be nothing more than a folktale. Whatever the truth may be, the skunk ape remains a mystery and a source of fascination for many. Number 4. Louisiana's Sinkhole Swamp. Louisiana has recently encountered some trouble considering one of its swamps has been swallowed up by a sinkhole. This swamp is located in Assumption Parish. In response to the sinkhole, the Louisiana Department of Natural Resources has created a task force to investigate the cause of the sinkhole and determine the best course of action. It has also deployed emergency response teams to assess the damage, contain the sinkhole, and provide safety measures for nearby communities. The task force has implemented a number of strategies to prevent further loss of land and to restore the Assumption Parish swamp. These strategies include installing a series of water pumps to reduce the water levels in the sinkhole and stop any more land from being swallowed up, using a combination of backfilling and grouting techniques to stabilize and reinforce the sinkhole walls and create a series of berms and dams to prevent the spread of the sinkhole and protect surrounding property. Hopefully, that helps all of the people who live near enough to the site to be affected.
But while many deemed it uninhabitable, recent findings suggest that a hidden society persisted in the swamp.
Number 3. Secret Swamp Society? Recently, a secret society has been discovered in the Great Dismal Swamp. A secret society in the Great Dismal Swamp is believed to have existed since the early 1800s. It is believed to be a group of escaped slaves and African Americans who formed a community to stay hidden and safe from those chasing them. The group is thought to have lived off the land, living in harmony with the environment and keeping their presence hidden. This secret society has been the source of many legends, and its members are thought to have practiced various forms of traditional African spirituality and healing. These people's story remains largely unknown, but what is known is that this secret society was an example of resilience and strength in the face of adversity. It is a testament to the power of community and of standing together in the face of oppression.
We may never know his real name, but archaeologists call him Croghan Man.
Number 2. Old Croghan Man. The Old Croghan Man is the name given to an Iron Age bog body found in a bog in Croghan Hill, near Strokestown in County Roscommon, Ireland. The remains were discovered in June 2003 by a turf cutter. The body was that of a man in his 20s and was dated by radiocarbon dating between 362 and 175 BC. The Old Croghan Man is one of the best preserved Iron Age bog bodies ever found, with his skin and internal organs still intact. His body was naked, and he had a necklace made of beads and a leather belt or girdle around his waist. He had been stabbed in the chest and stomach, and his nipples had been cut off. He also had cuts on his arms and wrists, which may have been self-inflicted. The Old Croghan Man is believed to have been a sacrificial offering to the gods, as bog bodies have been found in other parts of Europe. He may have been a king or a priest or someone of high status in the community. The cause of the death is unknown, but it was likely a ritualistic killing.
But then we got out and we started walking up and down and looking at the piles of peat. And within just a few minutes, we started seeing clusters of human skeletal material.
Number 1. Windover Cemetery. Windover Cemetery is a prehistoric cemetery located in Brevard County, Florida. It is considered one of the most important archaeological sites in the United States. The site was discovered in 1982 when a local developer was preparing to build a housing development on the site. It was found to contain the remains of over 160 individuals, ranging in age from newborns to elderly adults. The remains showed evidence of a variety of activities, including hunting, fishing, and gathering. Many of the individuals were buried with artifacts, including tools and weapons, suggesting that the area was occupied by a complex and mobile community. The site provided valuable information about the archaic period of North American history, which lasted from 8,000 to 3,000 years ago. Analysis of the remains has revealed a great deal about the diet, lifestyle, and physical characteristics of the prehistoric people who lived in the area. The remains also provide insight into the burial practices of the people who lived there. Many have claimed that the cemetery is haunted due to the number and age of the remains, though it may take a bit more evidence of that to be certain. So which of these things do you think are the most terrifying? Do you think scientists will ever fully understand all of the horrifying things that can be found in rivers and swamps? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, as it helps us to understand what kind of content you enjoy, and that way we can tell what kind of topics you're looking for next. Tap that bell icon if you're always looking to learn new things, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.